Really beautiful little vintage purse I found in an antique shop, and there's some brown spots on it. I've already started to polish it up a little bit, but I wanted to show you how one thing I discovered while I was doing it, which you'll notice on this side there's a lot fewer of these brown, ugly brown spots. And see these brown spots here. Now hopefully this works, but what I decided to do was just use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, this thing here, the melamine sponges, and I got that wet. Just took a little piece of it here, and I got that wet with the with the Brasso. This is a really old jar of Brasso, and it really removed the brown spots that were here. And it doesn't seem to have scratched up the finish or anything. But let's see if we can get it to work on these brown spots. So I just take a little bit of the sponge, and I'm just going to kind of dip it here into the, actually I'm going to put on my gloves. I just dipped a little in. Okay, got my gloves. I dipped a little in the Brasso, and just going to show you how it works here. So I've kind of put it on there, and I'm just rubbing it with the sponge. And this one might be, I don't know if it got dented here or what, but it's not totally gone yet, but you can see it's already coming up. And it's just an easy trick if you happen to have some magic erasers for really old vintage brass pieces that have these kind of stains on them, or I guess if you had new ones that would work too. And let's see how we'll keep focusing on this one spot here. I've polished up finished polishing that brown spot out, and there's still just a little Brasso on it. As you can see, it's pretty much 90% gone compared to what it was, and then you can really just at the end polish it up even more with a paper towel, as you can see. And you know, it kept coming off as I was doing it, so you can just keep at it a bit longer if you really don't want any marks at all. Now this is an antique piece, so I think it's kind of quaint to have these you know, little remnants of patina, but it's clearly not as bad as it was. So there you have it. If you use the Brasso combined with the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, it really works well for getting corroded spots off of your antique brass items. So there you have it. So now you can see the finished product. Still a couple little dark spots, but it's a vintage piece, so it's acceptable. But compared to what it was, this is really a gorgeous piece now. And you can see how nicely the Brasso worked with the magic eraser. So you can actually see my reflection in it now. It was so dull before. And I was struggling with this with just the paper towel. It really wasn't doing quite as good of a job. So there you have it. Use it if you like it. I put a link in the description if you want to just click through to Amazon and grab the melamine sponge and Brasso. Thanks for watching.